Good evening for the 300th time tonight. We shall see if this has any joy. I will also see if I'm speaking or whether my microphone is off. So that's always an advantage to do that first of all, isn't it? But let's have a look. Let's get back to Swemp TV and see what is going on. Am I speaking? Am I not speaking? Yes, I'm speaking. We're good. Okay. So Mr. Dimble, thank you very much for humouring me tonight by turning up in this farcical show. Let's see what happens. I'm going to get through the games fairly quickly, and what we'll do is we'll get to your game now because you are here. So, Gabagool versus Elfsborg. Yeah, what an interesting team this one is. Full of high-pitched opera singers, I believe. So there we are, the team today. Proto, Junior, Gumas, Rico, lots of players. Silvio Proto, obviously an Anderlecht player, did fairly well for himself career-wise. Junior, chat manager favourite. Beppe Signori up front. Do you want Signori as captain? I think you might want him as captain, but I wasn't totally sure because I think he said auto captain, but he was selecting his squad. I'll give you that option there. Let's have a little look at it. So, TV is okay, Dan. You should try it. Which TV? Um, here we go. Anyway, so auto could include you selected for me. And it was auto numbers, wasn't it, as well? So lovely. Let's go to this bit. Captain, yes, Signori. He is the man. Your opponents today. Hamster in goal. Don't recognise any of those players but Daniel Schulberg. But it's a fake Daniel Schulberg, so we will go for a good look Dimbo against this team of unknown stadiums. Early attacks, a couple of early attacks. It looks pretty dominant so far. And there's a goal. Justice Christopher. Justice is served. It's two. And there he's past Maldonado, or past Lozano with a goal. Great to see that he is going for this there. What have we got to show for everything? We have got 2 goals. It's not as good without Mr. Champigny. It was great to have him on commentary. Feels like a lonely job on your own, but it has to be done. I have to get through these ones. I do not want the game crashing. But we've had some results tonight already, so I can't leave it to chance. Got to get through while the daughter is asleep. Very, very comfortable first half. And 3-0 it is. Signore has been on fire this half with his shooting. He's been doing a great job. Condition wise, you've got Lozano at 85, Baroni at 86. Any half time changes? So you just have a quick look at your stats 14 shots, 8 on target. Anything? I don't think I'll be doing anything just yet, but it is a cup game, so plenty of choice. We've got Mr. Bean on the bench. Capo. Capo is a player I enjoyed on Pro Evo. I think I mentioned that the other day actually. No changes, rest some stars at 60. You choose. I'll take 2 off then just in case you have any injuries too. To anybody else, it leaves you with 10. Marcus Bean will come on. Yeah, that sounds like really good then. Really good option there to take Bean onto the pitch. He is anywhere across the middle this time. I think his position does vary a little bit if I'm right. Well, we'll take off Lozano for Bean. Oh, that's a good thing. No player restrictions set. If I right click like I often do, that's where we're up to. So the other change. Yes, Barone. Capo. Recover from a bad spinal injury. Yeah, I can imagine the poor man. Poor man. We'll leave those as they are. at that point. There's a couple of changes. We'll push on to the end. If you do send me a message, I'll just replace, do a late change. 3-0, and it is very, very comfortable. I don't think this would make any it wouldn't be any shame to concede a fourth goal to this team for Elfsborg. We won't be seeing them again this season. It's very clear. Gabagol look decent. They are supposed to be the strongest team in the division, but who knows what this will do. It's going to be 4, and there it is. Galtieri with the goal, past Lozano, man of the match, and he played the hour. So very, very accomplished performance. Absolutely dominant on shooting. Absolutely dominant. Great stuff. And every single player doing a decent job. Obviously, Capo played half an hour. Everyone else, absolutely great. Well played. So Dangley's with Mr. Wooder. Yes, a typical Wooder concept. Thank you, Mr. Dibble. Great to have you playing Swemp as ever. So Wooder sticking with a couple of old favourites in Postma and in Stig Turfting, who is there, of course, absolutely key to the team. And then the other players in the team, Duncan Ferguson gets another run out after playing the previous season with not East Coast, yeah, were they East Coast at the time? Yeah, East Coast Warriors. Yeah, they were, and great to see some players, some new faces in the league, such as, of course, Darren Falk. Injury proneness is absolutely a key thing to this team. Expect players to be going off, and we must be giving Postma the number one shirt. He is the number one. And Mike Savage is here. Hi, Mike. It's up the Danglies indeed. Bromilla, the opponents for today, don't recognise players there. Yeah, don't recognise the players in this team. Must know my Swedish football a little bit more. And again, failing to press fast. Let's get going. A quiet first few minutes. Remember season 1, the highlight of the night. Steve Wright's laughing at Dangley's being knocked out of the cup. Surely it's not going to happen again. Nobody is off injured yet. We've played 20 minutes, and so Duncan Ferguson has made it 1-0. Instantly better for them than previous. So it's now 1-0 though. Dangley's being pegged back, for want of a better word, with Postma in goal. Falk with a chance, and it's close to half time. And I think this one is finally poised. Duncan Ferguson again with a chance. The ball was loose and offside given, and Bromella nearly going back to shot there at half time. But we'll leave the players as they are till 60 minutes. Just worth continuing. Of course, this is just a let's hope that everything holds out as it is. Probably hear my daughter crying again. Who knows? Checking my substitutes from Wooder just in case there were any. Where has his message gone? Ah, where is it? Don't please. No, manage the best you can. Manage the best you can. I'll take off the 2 players in the 60s. So we will see Silvio Andrade will come on. And let's bring on Baracco. Oh, it's a striker. Let's bring on Mulder for Ferguson. There we are. 2 subs. Can they hold out now? Can they hold out? I say hold out. Duggan is here. Great to see Duggan. He's around. It's been a tricky time these last few days. Big Noopy's here. Big Noopy. Welcome, Big Noopy. This is part 3 of the stream after technical issues, which I think I've sorted now. Changed a bit, right? And poorly daughter issues. So this quick playthrough to the end. Unfortunately, no Champigno with us. This is going to go. It's not going to go to extra time. Danglaze have conceded and lost in the last few seconds. Wow, it's happened again. They have gone from the cup in the first round of the first night of the cup again. They have gone. It's 2 teams out tonight. 2 teams out. Plus, of course, the ones that are managed by where there were 2 league managers in. Oh, it's incredible. Incredible. Ketchenov have played so well as well, and they were beaten. They were done in the 90th minute by a person. Great time for people to arrive there, isn't it? Absolutely great. We've got Aussie's Other Dream and Smuts' side. Kept some of his players from previous, and you can see that his squad is looking interesting. There's a couple of renamed players within the squad, of course, to match up with my pedantic nature. Just checking before we do kick off as to whether Smuts had any tactical things for me to do. No, I don't think he's named any sub things. If he's here, great stuff. If not, don't worry, I will just manage anyone who looks like they're getting killed off. So there we are. We have 1 to 18 with 2 spaces missing. Essinger it is, the opponents and players that we recognise there. Loads. No. Yes, we will get going on this one. And already Aussie's Other Dream pushing forward. They look like this game is going to go their way, but who knows? Who knows? We have some good players in amongst this team, definitely. There's Mugnani with the opening goal, assisted by Jurgen Kampel. Lecky is in for another season, of course, here. Arnschwey is in for another season. Ransom with a great goalkeeper. Vilakazi's here again, and Jordanos. Lots of new players added to the mix to weaken them enough to play in Division 2. This division, the bar was decreasingly set to fit everybody. It's 2-0. Codrea has scored to make it 2. Half time. Very comfortable. No players coming off just yet. Absolutely dominant as it is. Goal play to 60. So they're still pushing forward. 5 minutes into the second half. Looking really, really strong. 3-0 it is with Mugnani scoring. And 4 is a hat trick. He's done it so well. 4-0 Mugnani. Will he get more? Just make the one change as Codrea, who's playing that defensive midfield position, will come off and it will be Vilakazi coming on. I haven't seen Smuts, so we'll just make that one change to bring on Benny Vilakazi. This is how you do go through to the next round, isn't it? Absolutely dominant as it is. They're pushing for a 5th. Will they get a 5th before the end of the game? Still 20 minutes to go. Essinger trying to get themselves back into this. I say back in, at least on the score sheet. But it's not happening. It's 5 and Mark Burns has made it. 4 players with assists this game. Everything has been showing a good team effort from them. And the other dream is well alive, isn't it? 5-0. Mugnani with a 10. And Codrea with a 10 as well. A goal and an assist. Some great performances all round. Well played. Just 16 shots needed to get there. So we go to Pallet Town and a walk in the park. Pallet Town if you can. Well, the game must have known. It must have known. And so, Duggan's team, as you can see, all the players have been nicknamed to Pokemon characters. However, for the other teams, you will see their real names and their real things as we go along. So it's not a complete mystery as to who they are. Great to see players such as Sumarovac in the team and Hong Ho Si, uh, who will be on, of course, as well, playing in an unfamiliar role of centre back. I'm looking forward to seeing how he gets on. But let's go indeed. There we are. And a walk in the park. Who he was here earlier. It's a shame he's not here now. For his non-league side, the team ranked absolutely rock bottom of the rankings. Pallet Town only third bottom of the rankings, but about 60 points per player better. But yeah, we'll see how they get on. Long ball, a walk in the park, FC. Let's hope that they go for it. No problem with the nicknames, Duggan. All is well. Let's see how we go. Craig Allardyce in the team. His dad watching from the crowd. And of course, Steve Rimmer, the hero of the game. Phil Collins, he's in the squad as well. He's looking forward to doing well in the air tonight, of course. So we go to both teams on the viewing there, and we have their names. Their real names are all visible for you. Simkoviak's been booked already at the Pokemon Go Stadium. Taurus, I don't try to think what names to call them during this point, but you can see who we've got playing for him. So it's interesting, of course, with the Mark Muse or Mark Mavers, but there are two of him. One of them is in the reserves. Obviously, if you're not used to Swemp, the third goalkeeper or an extra goalkeeper goes in the reserves. They give a 24-man squad on the page. Still 0-0, still very tense. Will there be any chances? The Walk in the Park holding out here so far, which is great for them. I will just check, see whether there's any instructions from him. I'll go to Pallet Town's stats just to allow Duggan to see that. And I will check Mr. Park. There are no instructions, but that's fine. I can just manage those as is from Mr. Duggan. And we will go as is, even though Simon Dawes struggling at the moment. He will stay till 60 minutes. And let's push on. At least the speed of these games has been much faster than the first few. Simkoviak with the goal. 1-0 it is, and there's an injury to Jamie Victory. Jamie Victory Bell. This will be the substitute time now then. So just to let you know as well, you got Mr. Mime and Zapdos both there. So at 72, it probably is worth making at least one change, of course. One is necessary. So you got Oddie as a centre back. Positions, yeah, that makes perfect sense. So theoretically, you could put Aircans, Simbericans, or whatever he's called, at left back, I suppose. Yeah, let's have an Oddish is going to come on there. Any other changes for you? How are you doing? It's 1-0 and it's time for substitutes, so you can make the action, Mr. Boosie Park. Good to have you back on. If you want to make another change, Duggan, just let me know. But we'll go to a walk in the parks changes now. We'll have a look at their things there. So obviously, Door and Palin struggling on fives. Condition wise, Kingsley Paul 76 and Horner 75. The biggest concerns. You can make obviously up to 3 substitutes if this game does go to extra time, or you'll have run out of changes. And we're going to do, I'll go to Pallet Town and finish off that. Lovely. get rid of the fives, we will. We'll come back to those in a second. So you go ahead up top, hit a 2, and backwards diagonal arrow there. Lovely. You choose who comes on. Thank you very much. I shall. So I think, well, if Palin's coming off, it's got to be Collins. And we just have a quick check of the others. We've got Ripley, we've got Heckingbottom, and we have Roberts. And I think it would make more sense if Heckingbottom came on and played on the wing. It would make much more sense, wouldn't it? So we'll do those. And let's move on to the final part of this game, which has been good so far. It has been good. And now it's gone calm. Very calm. But 10 minutes to go. Will anybody do anything over those subs just a waste of time? Oh, Collins is coming forward, walking the park, looking like they want this in the last few minutes. Pallet Town holding out, and there it is, 1-0. That's not a bad performance for a walk in the park. Two teams that looked a little bit goal shy. Simkoviak showing his class as the start. Zapariotis has finished at 45%. There have been some real fitness issues there, but of course it's early days. Kingsley Paul also at 65. He went down to a 5 as well, so toothless, but not the end of the world. But 85 passes, 85 passes, 77 completed. That's incredible. Would have watching the stream thinking it was live. Yes, would have been an absolute nightmare of him tonight. And it'd be good for you to go back and have a little look at your match from earlier on. It'd be great to see how your team got on. So well played to Pallet Town. Unlucky for a walking back. I cannot believe we're up to 10 views. It's great because your patience with me tonight has been tremendous. So under the cosh with Steve. Spoiler. We go into this game. We have had John Parkin commenting on this, so great to see that Steve has had a little bit of publicity with the people on his on the podcast. Great to see that's happening, and I do hope if anyone does want to watch and if they want to join in commentary, feel absolutely free to join us this season. The request is for John Parkin to take the number 9 shirt, so he will. Good Parkin 9, and so McPhee takes the 10. And they're playing Ayaka Atlas. Don't really recognise those players. Rasmus Nicky Franco sounds like a star, doesn't it? And Bengt Van Nistelrooy. So quality names. Okay. We kick off and I'm in slow motion at the moment. Well, it's been a slow start. Under the Kosh are doing what they can to come forward. They're trying to put their opponents, for want of a better phrase, but it's 20 minutes gone. It's still 0-0. A few players starting to shine a little bit more now. Parkin has got the opening goal laid on by Julio Arca, Sunderland's finest, and this is what they want to see. But Jimmy Walker has to make a save close to half time. Andy Johnson, who Steve had big hopes for, dropped to a 5, but he is back up there to the 6. As it stands at the moment, it is still comfortable at 1-0, and shooting wise, it has been, well, a little bit more pressure than I imagined. Just to check through Steve's messages as to what he wants, he said, yeah, he said, please sub all my players. But he didn't. So we will go to 60 minutes. I don't know what I was watching. It's probably one of the earlier streams, because it's the third part to this tonight after disastrous bits of technical and illness issues for tonight. We're coming close to substitute time. This is usually more professionally done, usually with a second commentator, of course. We have got John Parkin at 81%. I don't think Steve would want to take him off. So there was a message about subs from Steve, and he put it into a group chat. So let's have a look at where. Here we are. So if injury, regardless of ratings condition, run it through. Okay, so that's fine. We'll run it through. And there we go. It's still 1-0. They are trying to turn the screw a little bit more. It's still close. Still 1-0. Not a lot to say. Not a lot of commentary going on during this one. Arca nearly scores, and there's Carlton Palmer. Makes it 2-0. And that was a nice way to end the game, wasn't it? With Clark Carlisle setting up Carlton Palmer for the second goal. As we look at that, ended much better for them there. It's real life football versus a Pawtucket Pats. A quick look at the team for you. So I just I'll switch the kettle on. You'll be, oh yeah, of course you've been listening to me putting the kettle on rather than doing anything else. So here's the tap. Okay, you don't get out on the stream, Steve. So there's the kettle, which is a nice quiet boiler these days, so it doesn't matter quite so much. There we go, there's Jens's team today, people who he has played football with before. And that's a great concept. If I try to do that, no players in this game would fit in. Lee Grant from the 3.9.68 update would have been on, having played football. I played with him once. And my brother played football with him plenty as well, Quinton. Time to put the kettle on. Yeah, it's not a Steel Hawks game, is it, this one? Yolland gets the captaincy. And for Mike, he has Taribo West as captain, and a formation with 4 wide players. A team that's, one for the family. And those guys looking like they're going to do a decent job here. Jeff Whitley, of course, playing. Of course, in the team. That's where he needs to be. And yeah, looking forward to seeing how these get on this season. Good luck to both teams. Yes, you have some serious fitness issues, don't you? Don't know why I've got to training. I meant to go to the game. Mike, did you have any preferences on numbers? I cannot remember. I'll have a quick look at those. Duggan is still delighted with the 85 attempted passes from his player. I just can't remember. I don't think Mike had any number preferences, but just while we're on it, I don't want to get it wrong. Going back, well, I assume he just wants the autos, so we'll go for the autos. There we are. Lovely. Okay, real life football versus Pawtucket Pats. Let's see how they get on for this one. Early start sees Hasimovich going close to scoring for real life football. And Samba also looking lively, but could go either way. This one absolutely could go either way. There's a goal. It's Barbara getting the opener. 15 minutes in. A 2-0 it is, and Aloisio gets the goal. So it looks like it's more comfortable for Pawtucket than I imagined. I know they're one of the stronger sides in the division, but these teams are pretty close in skill. It's not like a division that's got a huge spread other than those, say, bottom 3 or 4. If Babs, Pewter Schmidt, and Taribo West Adam has gone off. So who's going to come on? Mr. Peterson. Is it going to be just to remind us of positions of substitutes? We do have, we do have Peterson available. We also have other players to come back. Didn't they like The Simpsons? I mean, it was last season, but I suppose we're just probably watching them on stream still. A lovely little joke there, Peterson. How's life in the fast lane, Mr. Peter Griffin? There we are. Let's see. That is don't want to get up for copyright, of course, but as we push forward, the fast is still fast. We'll go to Mike first and let you have a quick look at his team. Half time 7-5. Last season was Futurama. No, that was actually the Flintstones. Have a quick look at your team, Mike. Back in a second. Yeah, as well. All is well. And for Jens, I don't think there'll be any substitutes yet. Mike says roll. I'll just check what Jens has said in his tweets before. We're not being quite so well. I've had a bit of a sort of struggle for getting things prepped, but we will move on to the last part of this game. The speeds are still the same when a substitute happens. So we'll have a quick look at Jens's team. In fact, no, I shouldn't go to Jens's because Mike's here. Makes much more sense. So condition wise, you're 83 on Stewie and 82 on Barbara, and your ratings are 7s and 8s, which is looking pretty jolly. As that is, I will just flip over. He says roll again. And so, Kipper is good. So you probably wouldn't replace Kipper. What we'll do is we'll just check there. Okay, Strand injured. Yeah, he has a potential injury, so is he alright side? Yeah, he was a left. I think we'll probably leave them as they are. Yeah, let's get through to the end of the game for both these. The speed does drop because it's gone to substitute. 2-0 it is. 2-0 comfortable, 15 minutes to go. Nice 3, and Barbara has the third goal. Remember the cup that, Lazzy Verstrand does score. Remember the cup, and the way that the cup is that, the team ends up playing some games in Europe, which interferes with their schedule if they win it. So really the reward is a European Cup run that can't end. It's 3-0. It's comfortable. 3-1, sorry. 3-0. It's comfortable. Strand pulled one back. Barbara, it was, who had 2 goals. And it looked great as far as Pawtucket went. And as for real life football, that wasn't the worst result they could have had from that match. And there we are. That's all 10 games done over 17 streams. Under the Koshman in 2-0, Gabagool 4-0, and Stackington 2-0. Broadpoint beating Faraki 3-2, and Bromella to the Broms have beaten the 2 teams in the league. Bromella beating Dangley's Aussies Dream a comfortable 5-0 in total, 3-0 winners. And then Paletton beating them Walk in the Park. Pawtucket beating Real Life Football 3-1, and Gondor beating Mr. Edwards' second-class citizens in a game that seemed to have kicked off about 24 hours ago. But great to see that. So what's going to happen now is I will progress the save. We're going to have around on Friday night as Dan has volunteered to step in. Duggan would be doing Division 2, but unfortunately too much going on there. So Dan's going to step in on Friday. So we'll have teams in. If we can get teams in by Thursday night, that'd be amazing. So I'll get the save out as quickly as possible. Wooder says he loves having Swemp back. So do I. Thank you very much for everyone for being in and really, it's match 1 coming up, isn't it? It's the league game. So I'll just save it as match 1 league and do that so you can see that I've at least guaranteed saving it going forward. Thank you so much for everyone for being around tonight, and I will see you again soon. Great to be back. Good night.